Welcome to our video, a heartfelt space to honor and remember those we've recently lost, along with others who have left lasting impacts on our lives. On this 24th September 2025, we reflect on their incredible journeys, celebrate their legacies, and hold their cherished memories close. We'll also talk about the recent challenges faced by WWE star John Cena that have touched millions worldwide. Subscribe now and join our supportive community that keeps their stories alive. Paul Bearer, born William Alvin Moody on April 10, 1954, in Mobile, Alabama, remains one of the most unforgettable figures in professional wrestling history. Starting his journey in the 1970s as a referee, Moody eventually found his calling as a manager, adopting the persona of Paul Bearer, a character that would leave a lasting mark on the wrestling world. With his pale makeup, ghostly presence, and signature urn, Bearer brought an eerie yet captivating energy to every storyline he touched. His work with The Undertaker in the early 1990s became legendary. Bearer's high-pitched voice, dramatic promos, and uncanny ability to build suspense perfectly complemented The Undertaker's dark, brooding character. Together, they created moments that fans still remember vividly, elevating both their careers and setting a new standard for storytelling in wrestling. Beyond The Undertaker, Bearer also managed other talents like Kane, helping to craft storylines that drew audiences deeply into the drama of the ring. Paul Bearer's influence extended beyond WWE. He made appearances in promotions like World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and various independent circuits, showcasing his genuine love for the business and his versatility as a performer. Even outside the ring, his passion for wrestling was evident in every interaction with fans and colleagues. Bearer passed away at 58, but his legacy endures. He wasn't just a manager, he was a storyteller, a character who made wrestling feel larger than life. Fans continue to celebrate his contributions, and his work remains a benchmark for anyone seeking to bring personality, drama, and heart to professional wrestling. Billy Graham, born Eldridge Wayne Coleman on June 7, 1943, in Phoenix, Arizona, was a groundbreaking professional wrestler and bodybuilder whose impact on the wrestling world is still felt today. Before stepping into the ring, Graham had already made a name for himself in bodybuilding, training alongside legends like Arnold Schwarzenegger. His impressive physique, combined with his charisma, made him a perfect fit for professional wrestling, and he made his debut in 1969. Adopting the ring name Superstar Billy Graham, a nod to the famous evangelist, he quickly became known for his flamboyant style, bleached blonde hair, tie-dye attire, and larger-than-life personality. His promos, filled with rhymes and bold braggadocio, were revolutionary, setting a new standard for how wrestlers could connect with fans and build their personas. Graham reached the peak of his career in 1977 when he defeated Bruno Sammartino to win the WWE Heavyweight Championship. Holding the title for nearly 10 months, he became one of the first heels to maintain a lengthy reign, proving that villains could captivate audiences just as much as heroes. His style and approach influenced countless wrestlers who followed, including Hulk Hogan, Jesse the Body Ventura, and Ric Flair. Despite his success, Graham faced significant health challenges, many linked to his use of anabolic steroids, and later endured hip replacements and liver issues. Still, he remained an outspoken figure in the wrestling world, sharing his insights and experiences. In 2004, Graham was rightfully inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. He passed away on May 17, 2023, at the age of 79, leaving behind a legacy as one of wrestling's most influential pioneers, whose style, charisma, and flair continue to inspire generations of performers. Jarrett, born on September 4, 1942 in Nashville in Tennessee, was a towering figure in the world of professional wrestling, leaving an indelible mark both inside and outside the ring. While he began his journey in the early 1960s as a wrestler, it was his visionary work as a promoter that truly defined his legacy. Jarrett had a rare combination of creativity, business sense, and a genuine love for the sport, qualities that allowed him to shape the wrestling landscape in ways few could. In 1977, Jarrett co-founded the Memphis wrestling promotion alongside the legendary Jerry the King Lawler, forming a partnership that would become iconic in Southern wrestling. Together, they crafted storylines, rivalries, and characters that captured the imagination of fans, blending drama and athleticism in a way that set new standards for the industry. Jarrett was especially praised for his innovative booking style, which emphasized compelling character arcs and dramatic angles, giving fans unforgettable moments and shaping the future of wrestling promotion. Beyond Memphis wrestling, Jarrett's influence extended far and wide. He helped launch the careers of numerous wrestling stars, providing a platform for talent to flourish and gain recognition. In the late 1990s, he played a pivotal role in the creation of Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, TNA, demonstrating his ability to adapt and innovate in an evolving industry. Throughout his life, Jarrett remained deeply passionate about wrestling, treating it not just as a business, but as an art form and community. His mentorship, vision, and dedication inspired countless wrestlers and promoters alike. Passing away at the age of 80, Jerry Jarrett leaves behind a legacy as a true pioneer, someone whose impact on professional wrestling will be felt for generations, and whose contributions helped shape the very fabric of the sport. Bruiser Brody, born Frank Goodish on June 18, 1946, was one of the most unforgettable figures in professional wrestling, remembered as much for his fierce in-ring style as for his larger-than-life personality. Standing 6 feet 8 inches and built like a mountain, Brody brought an unmatched intensity to every match, blending raw brawling with psychological theatrics that captivated fans. He became especially famous during the 1970s and 1980s, earning a reputation as a heel whose chaotic, hard-hitting matches blurred the lines between scripted entertainment and real-life intensity. Brody's wrestling career spanned the globe, with standout performances in the United States, Japan, and Puerto Rico. In Japan, he wrestled for both New Japan Pro Wrestling and All Japan Pro Wrestling, earning the nickname King Kong Brody for his towering presence and aggressive style. Fans admired him not just for his strength and fearlessness, but also for his refusal to conform to the rigid rules of the wrestling world, which made each appearance feel unpredictable and thrilling. Outside the ring, Brody's reputation as a wild, uncompromising figure grew, fueled by disputes with promoters and his refusal to back down from challenges. Tragically, his life was cut short at just 42 years old after a backstage incident in Puerto Rico, shocking the wrestling community. Despite his untimely death, Bruiser Brody's legacy lives on. He is celebrated as a pioneer of hardcore wrestling, a man whose fearless approach and unpolished, intense style influenced countless wrestlers and left an indelible mark on the sport. Terry Gene Bollea, known to the world as Hulk Hogan, was born on August 11, 1953 in Augusta, Georgia, and grew up in Florida. Standing an impressive 6 feet 7 inches tall, Hogan became one of the most recognizable and beloved figures in professional wrestling. His journey began in the late 1970s, but it was during the 1980s and 1990s that he truly became a household name, spearheading the WWF's rock and wrestling era and helping wrestling reach mainstream audiences. Hogan's charisma, larger-than-life persona, and signature catchphrases made him an icon far beyond the squared circle, captivating fans of all ages around the globe. Over his remarkable career, Hogan captured 6 WWF championships and 6 WCW World Heavyweight titles, proving himself a main event star across different eras. He headlined numerous WrestleMania events, most famously WrestleMania 3, where his legendary body slam of Andre the Giant remains a defining moment in wrestling history. Beyond the ring, Hogan became a pop culture phenomenon, appearing in movies, television shows, and countless endorsements, further solidifying his place in the public imagination. Despite facing controversies and personal challenges, Hogan's influence on wrestling and entertainment endured. He passed away on July 24, 2025, in Clearwater, Florida, at the age of 71. His legacy is immeasurable. He inspired countless wrestlers, entertained millions, and embodied the spirit of professional wrestling's golden era. Hulk Hogan will always be remembered not just as a champion, but as a true symbol of wrestling's larger-than-life magic. John Felix Anthony Cena Jr., widely celebrated as one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, has left an indelible mark on the world of sports entertainment. Over a career spanning more than 2 decades, Cena has pushed the boundaries of what is physically possible in professional wrestling, captivating audiences with his combination of strength, endurance, and relentless determination. While fans often see the glory, charisma, and spectacle of his in-ring performances, behind the scenes, Cena has faced numerous health challenges that have tested his resilience and mental fortitude. From serious injuries that demanded surgery and extensive rehabilitation to a chronic spinal condition that could have sidelined even the most dedicated athlete, Cena's journey has been defined by his ability to confront adversity head-on. His story is one of perseverance, discipline, and unwavering commitment, highlighting a side of professional wrestling that often remains unseen, the physical and emotional toll it takes on those who dedicate their lives to the craft. Understanding John Cena's lordosis, a persistent spinal challenge. One of the most significant, yet lesser-known health issues John Cena has managed throughout his career is lordosis, a condition characterized by an excessive inward curvature of the lower spine. While lordosis is not an injury per se, it creates a heightened risk for back pain, muscle imbalances, and spinal strain, all of which can be particularly challenging for an athlete whose profession involves repetitive high-impact movements, lifting, and acrobatic maneuvers. For Cena, managing lordosis has been a continuous process of working with physiotherapists, trainers, and medical professionals to maintain alignment, strength, and flexibility in his spine. This condition, if left unaddressed, can exacerbate other injuries, but Cena has approached it with the same discipline he applies to his in-ring performances, through targeted exercises, stretching routines, and precise conditioning strategies. Despite the limitations it imposes, lordosis has not hindered Cena from executing demanding wrestling moves or engaging in the high-intensity schedule required by WWE. His ability to perform at an elite level while accommodating a chronic spinal condition speaks volumes about his dedication, patience, and understanding of his own body. The torn pectoral muscle, defying odds in 2007. In October 2007, Cena experienced one of the most dramatic and physically taxing injuries of his career, a complete tear of his pectoral muscle during a match with Mr. Kennedy. The pectoral muscle, essential for upper body strength and stability, is critical for the kind of wrestling maneuvers that define Cena's style, including lifts, throws, and power moves. Remarkably, even in the midst of this injury, Cena continued the match, showcasing his grit and determination, and later dealt with a post-match confrontation from Randy Orton. Following the incident, Cena underwent surgery to reattach the torn muscle, with medical professionals initially estimating a recovery period of 7 to 12 months. True to his reputation, Cena returned in just 4 months, participating in the 2008 Royal Rumble, a feat that astonished both fans and medical experts. His ability to recover so quickly was not the result of luck, but of meticulous rehabilitation, intense physical therapy, and a mental toughness that enabled him to maintain peak conditioning despite the significant trauma to his chest and upper body. Neck injury and herniated disc, the 2008 challenge. Less than a year after his pectoral injury, Cena faced another career-threatening setback. In August 2008, during a high-stakes match against Batista at SummerSlam, he sustained a severe neck injury later diagnosed as a herniated disc. Herniated discs occur when the soft material inside a spinal disc pushes through a crack in the tougher exterior casing, often pressing against nerves and causing pain, numbness, or weakness. For a professional wrestler, this type of injury can be devastating, limiting mobility and increasing the risk of permanent spinal damage. Cena underwent emergency surgery performed by Dr. Joseph Maroon to remove the fragment pressing against his spinal cord. Doctors anticipated an extended absence from the ring, yet Cena defied expectations by returning to competition in just 3 months at Survivor Series. This period of recovery was not only physically grueling, but also mentally challenging, requiring Cena to balance aggressive rehabilitation with careful protection of his healing spine. His return highlighted his discipline, trust in his medical team, and the sheer determination to continue performing at an elite level despite a potentially career-altering injury. Elbow injury and surgery in 2013. Overcoming persistent strain. In 2013, Cena faced another significant health hurdle with a chronic elbow injury. Over time, fluid buildup and bone fragments caused swelling, pain, and limitations in his range of motion. Despite these difficulties, Cena continued to compete, refusing to let discomfort dictate his performance, until the condition reached a point where surgical intervention was necessary. The procedure involved removing multiple floating bone fragments and draining excess fluid, a process that required careful rehabilitation to restore full strength and mobility. Once again, Cena's commitment to recovery allowed him to return to the ring sooner than expected, reaffirming his reputation as one of WWE's most resilient and disciplined athletes. His ability to balance injury management with continued performance exemplifies the meticulous planning and effort required to maintain longevity in a physically demanding profession. Torn rotator cuff. The 2016 setback. The early months of 2016 brought one of the most difficult injuries of Cena's career, a torn rotator cuff. This injury impacts the shoulder's stability and range of motion, crucial for a wrestler's ability to execute lifts, throws, and striking maneuvers safely. Surgery was necessary to repair the torn tissue, and medical experts projected a recovery timeline of 6 to 9 months. However, Cena's history of rigorous rehabilitation, combined with his unwavering work ethic, allowed him to make a much faster recovery than anticipated, returning to WWE events earlier than expected. The rotator cuff injury was particularly challenging because it not only affected his physical capabilities, but also required careful psychological management to maintain confidence in his performance post-surgery. Cena's success in overcoming this injury illustrates the intersection of mental toughness, medical precision, and physical conditioning that has defined his professional longevity. Injury, rumors and misconceptions, separating fact from fiction. Throughout his career, John Cena has been the focus of countless discussions regarding his health, fitness, and susceptibility to injuries, often giving rise to myths and misconceptions that misrepresent the reality of his physical challenges. One persistent myth is the notion that Cena never actually gets injured, implying that his setbacks are either exaggerated or purely part of storyline developments. While professional wrestling sometimes blurs the line between fiction and reality, Cena's major injuries, including a torn pectoral muscle, a herniated disc, rotator cuff damage, and elbow problems, have all been medically verified and required proper surgical intervention followed by intensive rehabilitation. Another misconception suggests that his seemingly rapid recovery from injuries is the result of performance-enhancing drugs or shortcuts in training. In truth, there is no credible evidence to support such claims, and Cena has consistently emphasized that his recovery, strength, and durability are built on disciplined natural training, careful nutrition, and structured recovery protocols. Fans and observers have also speculated about the impact of lordosis, a chronic spinal curvature, on his in-ring career, with some assuming it could prematurely end his wrestling days. However, Cena's methodical approach to managing this condition, through targeted exercises, ongoing medical supervision, and personalized recovery strategies, demonstrates that he has been able to maintain top-tier performance despite such a challenge. By separating fact from fiction, it becomes evident that John Cena's achievements are not the result of exaggeration or shortcuts, but of genuine resilience, dedication, and hard work, highlighting a deeper understanding of what it takes to endure in professional wrestling at the highest level. The mental and emotional toll of injuries. While physical injuries are visible and measurable, the mental and emotional impact of repeated setbacks is equally, if not more, significant in shaping an athlete's career. For someone like Cena, who has faced multiple major surgeries and extended rehabilitation periods, the psychological weight of injury can create anxiety over performance, career longevity, and the ability to meet both personal and professional expectations. Recovering from a torn pectoral, herniated discs, or chronic spinal conditions involves not only physical pain and rigorous therapy, but also navigating fear of re-injury, uncertainty about career progression, and the pressure to return to peak form. Cena has openly discussed the importance of mental resilience in overcoming these obstacles, emphasizing the value of focus, determination, and structured routines to manage both physical recovery and psychological stress. Each injury has required him to confront vulnerability and adapt to temporary limitations. But rather than being deterred, he has consistently approached rehabilitation as an opportunity to strengthen his body and fortify his mindset. This dual emphasis on mental and physical discipline has become a hallmark of his career and serves as an important lesson for aspiring athletes, demonstrating that true resilience encompasses more than just physical toughness. It requires the ability to persevere mentally through adversity while maintaining the drive to achieve excellence. Cena's rehabilitation and recovery strategies. Central to John Cena's ability to perform at an elite level despite injuries and chronic conditions is his meticulous approach to rehabilitation and recovery. Cena has worked closely with medical professionals to develop highly personalized programs that combine physiotherapy, strength conditioning, mobility training, and rest in a structured and deliberate manner. His recovery processes are not passive periods of inactivity. Rather, they are carefully orchestrated plans designed to restore full function, prevent re-injury, and optimize long-term health. In addition to traditional rehabilitation techniques, Cena incorporates lifestyle adjustments, including balanced nutrition, proper sleep schedules, and mental conditioning, all aimed at supporting the body's natural healing processes. These strategies reflect a holistic understanding of athletic performance, recognizing that physical fitness, mental resilience, and lifestyle choices are deeply interconnected and essential for sustaining elite-level competition. For fans, fellow athletes, and anyone pursuing a physically demanding career, Cena's disciplined approach to recovery offers a blueprint for longevity, highlighting the importance of patience, consistency, and a comprehensive view of health rather than reliance on shortcuts or quick fixes. Balancing WWE career and Hollywood ambitions. Beyond the physical demands of wrestling, John Cena has successfully cultivated a career in Hollywood, starring in films and television projects while maintaining a high-profile presence in WWE. Navigating the simultaneous demands of acting and professional wrestling requires careful planning, as both industries involve intensive schedules, travel, and physical exertion. Cena has had to strategically balance filming commitments with rigorous in-ring performances while ensuring his body remains protected from undue strain, particularly in light of prior injuries and chronic conditions like lordosis. This balancing act necessitates flexibility, thoughtful scheduling, and an acute awareness of personal limits to maintain peak performance across different environments. Despite these challenges, Cena has excelled in both arenas, demonstrating adaptability, professionalism, and a relentless work ethic that underscores his dedication to every endeavor he undertakes. His ability to manage multiple career paths while preserving physical and mental health exemplifies the importance of strategic decision-making for professional athletes and serves as a model for effectively navigating demanding careers without compromising long-term well-being. Latest fights and in-ring status. In recent years, John Cena has consciously reduced his full-time wrestling schedule, opting instead for select high-profile matches and special appearances. A strategic adjustment aimed at minimizing risk to his long-term health while still engaging fans and remaining active within WWE storylines. Although he no longer competes on a weekly basis, Cena maintains an intensive training regimen to ensure that he can safely perform during these appearances, with a particular focus on strength, conditioning, mobility, and spinal care. This selective approach allows him to continue entertaining audiences while avoiding the cumulative stress that frequent competition can impose on a body that has endured multiple major injuries. In addition to in-ring participation, Cena contributes to WWE through mentorship, public appearances, and promotional engagements, underscoring his enduring influence and presence in the industry. By adjusting his approach to the physical demands of wrestling, Cena has created a sustainable model for continued involvement without compromising his health, illustrating that longevity in professional sports often requires strategic adaptation and prioritization over sheer volume of activity. Financial and professional considerations. John Cena's career decisions have not only been informed by health considerations, but also by careful financial and professional planning. With significant success in WWE, Hollywood, and numerous endorsement deals, Cena has built a solid foundation of financial stability. Nevertheless, professional wrestling, particularly at the elite level, remains unpredictable, and the potential for injury carries implications for earning potential, long-term contracts, and career flexibility. Cena has approached these challenges with foresight, strategically selecting appearances, acting roles, and brand partnerships that balance income opportunities with considerations of health and physical risk. This approach demonstrates a sophisticated understanding of how to manage a physically demanding career while maintaining financial security and professional longevity. By leveraging his brand, reputation, and versatility, Cena has established a model for athletes seeking to transition from peak physical performance into broader career opportunities, ensuring both financial stability and personal fulfillment beyond the ring. His ability to combine strategic planning, risk management, and long-term vision highlights the importance of proactive decision-making in careers where physical performance is a central factor in professional success. Inspiring a new generation. John Cena's journey through injuries, rehabilitation, and professional achievement has inspired countless fans, athletes, and aspiring wrestlers worldwide. His never give up mantra is far more than a promotional slogan. It embodies a philosophy of persistence, resilience, and courage in the face of adversity. Managing chronic conditions like lordosis, recovering from major injuries, and continuing to perform at a high level exemplifies a dedication to perseverance and self-belief that transcends professional wrestling. Cena's story demonstrates that setbacks, whether physical, emotional, or professional, do not determine ultimate success. Rather, it is the response to challenges that defines legacy. Through public engagements, mentorship initiatives, and media appearances, Cena actively shares his philosophy, inspiring others to embrace discipline, patience, and hard work. His career serves as a tangible example that resilience, determination, and careful management of one's health and ambitions are critical to sustaining excellence over time, leaving a lasting impact on both the wrestling industry and popular culture at large. Conclusion: a legacy defined by resilience. Reflecting on John Cena's career, it becomes clear that his legacy is shaped not only by championship victories, accolades, and memorable performances, but also by his extraordinary ability to confront and overcome physical adversity with unwavering determination. Chronic lordosis, multiple severe injuries, and the demands of balancing a multifaceted career have posed significant challenges. Yet Cena's disciplined approach to recovery, mental resilience, and strategic career planning has allowed him to continue performing at an elite level. His story emphasizes that true greatness is measured not simply by strength or skill, but by how one responds to setbacks, navigates challenges, and maintains dedication to personal and professional goals. Even as Cena focuses on selective WWE appearances, Hollywood projects, and mentorship roles, his journey embodies the enduring value of perseverance, strategic planning, and belief in oneself. Through decades of hard work, disciplined recovery, and thoughtful career management, John Cena stands as a testament to the power of resilience, providing a blueprint for future generations of athletes and fans who seek to emulate his spirit of determination, courage, and commitment to excellence while exemplifying the profound truth behind his enduring mantra: never give up.